so dark.
It is so dark. It is
You
so
can see
dark
the planes and the sky
You
much
can.
better.
Wow.
You can. We
Everybody's
have
just
planes and helicopters and drones
The whole
all over
crowd
the place
is
today.
just
Here we
looking
go.
Clouds are going to clear for us.
That. Yes! Yes! Woo! Woo!
Oh my
Look at that! Just
It's
look
amazing.
at that. That is
And we have about, what, 4 minutes
Oh, yeah.
to
4
just
minutes
bask.
and 25 seconds.
To be
Yes.
I mean, this really,
Yes.
again, reminds you that we are on this one planet, you know,
Yes.
in this larger system.
And you have to be on this planet to see what we're seeing.
You do.
right now.
That's why we are Team Sun, Earth,
Sun.
and Moon. Because you need the moon for
And something that, what, over 30 million of us today, at least in
at
the path of
least,
totality.
at least, yes.
Able to witness
Yeah,
this.
31
I don't know
people
about you,
living in the path of totality. So
Doesn't
imagine
count
how
who
many people
travels.
actually traveled here. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This
Wow.
is getting me extra excited about all the science that
All the science that we're doing.
right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, those clouds are playing tricks on
Those
us
clouds
now.
are being pretty mean. Yes.
It was nice to get a taste, though. Wow.
It's true.
It is
Yes.
so dark.
It is.
We've got everybody
It is
looking
so
up.
dark.
I'm so happy that, you
Yes.
know, for folks that travel,
Yes.
able to see this take place.
That's right.
And
And
so
it's been such a
waiting.
great atmosphere here all day. Every
Yes.
time the sun comes out, everybody
everyone's
cheers.
cheering,
Yeah.
counting down.
And I saw it there, but I think there's just you can study exactly the same size as the sun, and that is very unique.
That is so special, too.
Yes.
I mean, like, what are the odds?
It's the 400s.
Saying they could see a sunspot, obviously through their
Yes,
glasses,
yes.
but they
We had
could
those
see a
in the
sunspot.
telescope, too.
So yeah.
So, can you clarify what the sunspots are for our viewers?
Yes, absolutely. So if you were looking through your glasses, you might have seen a couple of dark spots on the sun. They are actually very intense places. There's very, very intense magnetic field there. They're very active, and that is what can cause space weather. So
Totally different. Is really cool. This is, you can feel it, the energy here is electric.
If you look around, you can see that the darkness is coming. Talk about some of the ways that the public are participating in the eclipse right now.
Yes.
Science projects.
Yes, there are people all around the country right now making measurements of audio recordings to see how the environment is changing, and it is a great opportunity to do genuine science with just an audio recorder.
Fantastic. So we are almost like let's see, a few minutes away. So minute
just a
30
minute.
out, I think, actually. So let's have a look at the eclipse. Michael, what should we expect to see moments before totality?
Okay, so as we approach totality, you're going to see that crescent sun slowly drift away, and then you're going to see the Baily's beads, where there are these bright points of light that are last bits of sunlight cascading through the moon valley. And then, right before totality, you'll see a diamond ring, that last single point.
The safety glasses off when the moon has completely covered the sun, and in Dallas, Texas, we are seconds away.
Oh my goodness, I can feel my heart racing. You can hear the crowd getting excited. The birds are chirping, and they seem like they're going into their nighttime routines.
Wow. So we are a few seconds away. You can hear the crowds cheering.
Here we go. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely ecstatic.
The darkness is coming over Dallas.
Here we are. Just a few seconds
10
left.
seconds.
Woo! Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay, we are 5 seconds away from totality.
One little bit. It's totally dark here. Deep twilight around here.
Wow. Oh my God, Michael. How are you feeling right now?
I am just awestruck. I mean, there's a few high clouds, but the beauty of the corona is clearly visible. You can see that spiky structure just poking out. It is heart-stoppingly beautiful.
Oh my goodness, I have tears in my eyes. I was not expecting this.
This is one of those experiences that you just never forget. I feel so special to be right here, right now, experiencing it. And across the nation are doing the same thing. It's truly amazing.
Wow, let's take a moment to take it all in. This is absolutely breathtaking.
Wow. You can see that spiky structure of the corona. That's indicative of our approach to solar maximum, that asymmetrical nature of the corona happens when we're in solar maximum, and that's going to be happening in about a few months from now. So that means that this view of the corona will never happen again, ever. This is a completely, if you see a million solar eclipses, you'll never quite see one like this.
So, Michael, you study the sun. What is it like to see the corona that you don't normally see?
I mean, I just, there are no words. I spend my life studying this thing, and to be able to see it and feel it is, I mean, it's just tremendous. You can see a prominence in the chromosphere, the middle atmosphere of the sun is a pink spot. And that pink loop is what I spent 5 years doing a dissertation on, that one little pink loop. And it's just, it makes it all feel like it's in perspective now.
I can't believe how clearly I can see those pink loops and the structures in the corona.
We can see a few planets out as well. They're brightly shining in the sky. And actually, there's a plane racing across the shadow as we speak as well.
And I just want to take a moment to say huge thanks to our telescope operator, Vanessa Thomas, for providing these views. This is just so stunning.
People are applauding here, as you can hear. I mean, I think everyone here is getting exactly what they came for, which is just that sense of your place in the universe. This is our closest star, and being able to see the star like this is truly special.
Okay, we have 1 minute left of totality.
Oh, the time just passes way too quickly.
The next eclipse won't happen across the U.S. for another 20 years, so this really is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a lot of people.
Absolutely. Our friends up in Alaska will see their next eclipse in 2033, so I am like already thinking I need to go there. I mean, it's just,
Yes,
it doesn't matter what I need to do. I just have to go there.
Wow. So we're 30 seconds out.
Oh,
so
goodness.
right before totality ends, our telescope operator, Vanessa, is going to put the solar filter back on. But let's just cherish these last few moments of totality in Dallas, Texas. Michael, what will happen right before totality ends?
So as totality's ending, we'll go through the process in reverse. You'll see maybe a diamond ring, a few Bailey's beads as the sun creeps out of totality. And then we're going to go back into a crescent sun again. Okay, and there's a diamond ring again. So it's time to put your glasses back on. And
Sunglasses back on. Sorry, eclipse glasses back on.
And it's coming back again.
Wow, the sliver of the sun.
And you can see shadow bands on the ground right now. It looks like it's almost raining, or you can see those shadow bands racing across the ground as we come back in out of totality.
Wow. Whew. Oh my goodness, Michael, that was amazing. I was not expecting to feel so emotional. I still have tears in my eyes.
It just grabs you. I mean, it is unlike anything else. It's as amazing as seeing anything in the natural universe. Like I said, there are no words.
Michael, thank you so much for being with us in this very, very, very special moment.
I feel honored to be here. We truly are in a special place in the entire universe right here, and I'm just so happy to share it with you.
So now let's head back to James at NASA's Kennedy Space Center, who's with the Eclipse moon. He's tracking the shadow moving across the U.S. James, how are things looking on your end?
Yeah, wow, Joy and Michael, really cool view there. It's insane to see just how dark it gets. It's literally like nighttime there. You can hear the birds chirping in that shot as well in the gardens. Absolutely beautiful. We got a bunch coming up in just a few moments here. Our next eclipse path target here for the NASA broadcast is in Russellville, Arkansas. They're going to have a long window too, 4 minutes and 12 seconds. They're expecting that totality kickoff at 1:50:05 to be exact. Again, you can continue to track this with our eclipse tool here. This is at go.nasa.gov/Eclipse Explorer. And you can see just how quickly it's moving. I'm playing this in real time. You can see that shadow. It's already moving very quickly to the northeast. And the fun isn't just for our friends on the path of totality, and there are a lot of people on that path of totality. About 31 million people reside somewhere on that path of totality. But there's a lot of people path as well too. If I put on this overlay here for the percent coverage, a lot of folks, us included here in Florida, are experiencing that partial eclipse. As always, if you are in a partial eclipse, be sure to be wearing those eclipse glasses to protect your hands. Here are greater than 75% view. So say you're watching up in, I don't know, Milwaukee here, for example. You've got a great view, almost 100% coverage. You're not quite at totality. 89.4%. Looks like you got good cloud cover there. 20% cloud cover. So hopefully you got a nice view up there as well, too. I've also put on this overlay here to show you just the amount of the duration of totality. You see, a lot of our places have to wait for this in the U.S. is not going to be until 2045. So again, make sure you're previewing exactly when to expect that peak time of coverage wherever you are in our path of totality or even outside of that path of totality. So a lot coming up very soon. Again, our friends in Russellville look like they have great coverage there as well too. Only 9% cloud cover, so hopefully they're getting, but let's just...
Spectacular. We see Venus over to the side there.
And Patrick, it came and went so quickly, but we did see a diamond ring at the very beginning there. Can you describe to us what is that?
Sure, that diamond ring effect is due to the moon not being perfectly smooth. It's got mountains, it's got valleys. So just like here on Earth, when we see a sunrise or a sunset through a valley, we just watched a sunset through a valley on the moon.
Absolutely stunning.
Oh my.
So you said we could see one planet. I see it right there in the sky. Can we see any others as we're looking up? What we're calling a solar maximum. Now, Patrick, does that mean that the sun is stronger right now than normal?
Not so much stronger, just more dynamic. It's changing a lot. During solar maximum, the magnetic field on the sun is more chaotic, it's more disorganized. So you see more random directions for the jets of gas leaving the sun.
Right.
That is spectacular. We could see a stream.
All right, we are reaching
Wow.
that halfway mark already, 2 minutes into totality.
There's even just a hint of a diamond ring down at the bottom.
I can see it. Yeah, we're looking at a diamond ring from Arkansas, the Diamond State. Now, Patrick, of course, as we've been talking about it, this is part of what we are calling the heliophysics big year. You are a heliophysics extraordinaire all the way from Washington, D.C. So what does that mean?
Okay, so it passes as close as it's ever going to get to the surface of the sun within 9 solar radii.
Oh, wow. And I'm sure that means a lot to you because you worked on Parker Solar Probe about 20 years ago during its inception. So tell us a little bit more about that.
I worked on a concept study for Parker Solar Probe back when I was a graduate student in around 2002 or so. And back then, the idea was for it to actually dive into the sun rather than orbit the sun. So it was going to be a sun dive.
Wow, that is fabulous. This must be a very full circle moment for you, right, Patrick?
This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. I believe it's because of the pinkish color. We're looking down into the chromosphere, which is the next layer of the atmosphere of the sun down.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Oh my God.
This is like nothing we have ever seen here in Arkansas and like nothing we will see for the next 2 decades, right, Patrick?
That's right. It's going to be 21 years before we see it again here. 2045.
All right, so as we are starting to exit totality, of course, we're going to be very careful with our eyes if needed. We're going to put those solar glasses back on, of course. And as they watch this magnificent moment
I am
take
actually seeing
place.
bats flitting through the air.
Oh, wow. Well, we will be very careful then.
Well, yeah.
And why is that, Patrick? Again, those nocturnal animals are coming out, right?
As far as they're concerned, it's nighttime. It's time to feed. So they're coming out to feed on all the mosquitoes we've been swatting.
Okay, got it. We'll be very careful for all those nocturnal critters around us right now.
All right. We are getting closer. Get ready to put those glasses back
All right.
on.
We're putting those glasses back on.
15 local time. You notice this little icon comes up here. This is Parker Solar Probe of what we expect the corona around the sun to look like. And as you just heard, the sun's a lot more active this time around. It's kind of like a wild hairball, if you will. Lots of different streamers and things streaking off the sun. So you've been seeing already in our coverage some really cool activity around that. Really lucky, and the timing is just right. You might get a path and zoom in a bit here. You see there, nearing totality in just a few moments. And their weather is looking great. We've been checking in with them all morning and afternoon. 27% cloud cover. That time of totality is coming up at 1:59:15. Really excited. And then it's going to be kind of bang bang for a while afterwards for a lot of our sites. We're going to be moving on to Indianapolis, all the way up to our final target in Holton, Maine. There is a lot coming up. And even, again, still, if you're outside of that path of totality, have your glasses at the ready to be able to observe that partial eclipse. This is going to be going on for a while. But for now, let's take a look at Carbondale and see up close what it's looking like. How is it looking over there in Carbondale?
Couple more minutes.
Well, the crowds are going nuts here in Carbondale at SIU at Saluki Stadium. Bob Baer is with us, and Bob, it's amazing. I'm afraid to look up. I know it's not quite ready yet, but tell us, what do you expect here for the eclipse today? Good weather.
It's good weather right now. We have high clouds, so totality is going to look just a little bit fuzzy to us, a little bit hazy, but we are moments away from seeing the diamond ring. Here, this is awesome.
Oh, I thought we saw it.
I think we got about 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute away. Now, today we're having longer totality. So
Yeah.
are you feeling the temperature change? Because I'm already feeling the temperature drop.
I felt the temperature dropping about 20 minutes ago even, and the wind picking up a little bit. And I think, yeah, we have 4 minutes and 9 seconds here, so it'll continue. This is the start of it. It's dark over here. It's light over there.
This is
The shadow's
amazing.
coming.
Crowds are going nuts. We're about to get word that we're at
That's
totality.
Venus.
Oh, you can see the planets. The crowds are going nuts. This is crazy. Bob, this is amazing.
Here we go.
Don't look at the
Close.
sun yet. It's
Real
not quite
close.
totality, but you can still see some of the planets right away.
Very close. You got about 15
And the crowd
seconds.
is very happy.
shadow bands.
Oh, total darkness here. This is incredible. Oh, wow.
There it is.
There
Diamond
it is.
ring.
Diamond ring.
Diamond
wow,
ring.
it's amazing. It's
the
amazing.
filter.
That is awesome. Look at that. Oh, and Bob, that's
That is huge. So we have some prominences. I think we want to go look through the scope.
go
Blair.
through, look through the scope. I'm going to walk over with you as you talk through the scope. We are right here at one of the telescopes that we have positioned here. Bob is looking through with the naked eye and
So you got
going to give us some
prominences.
feedback on that. Maybe some prominences we're seeing.
We
What's
got prominences
amazing is
all
how
around
dark
it.
it is compared to 2017. Much darker.
No cloud. No cloud.
And you know what's interesting is the crowd is quieting down. They seem to be experiencing the moment, taking it
Yeah.
all in. A really special moment here.
Look at so we must be getting close to the center. Where are we at? 2 minutes. So 1 minute 30 seconds. The corona's looking brighter because
Yes.
our eyes are adjusting now.
I mean, that is amazing, Bob. And how much corona you see. I mean, like just
lot.
last time
That's
I didn't
like
see that much.
Visually, oh, there goes a bat. There's a bat flying over the crowd.
Oh yeah, we talked about the animals. Now
Yeah.
we see them becoming active.
We found a Luna moth earlier as
Wow.
well. But
Wow.
that corona is about 4 times the diameter of the sun. That is massive.
That is amazing, Bob. And I'm really curious
1
about
minute?
that
Okay.
prominence at the bottom. But don't fact check me on that because I'm just a novice. But there's actually 2 on the Bob. You got to look at that. There's 2.
Let's just take a look. We got
Look at the
30 seconds. William.
looking for the. I've seen eclipses already. There's still some to come. But what an amazing moment! Back to you guys. Good weather all the way to the end.
Thank you, Blair. We are in Indianapolis. We are almost at Tucson. And you can hear the crowds start to roar as everyone gets on their glasses. We are so close. Ladies, what are we seeing right now?
I mean, just the ambiance of this moment. It is beautiful. We're just seeing a really small crescent, but the light all around us.
All right.
We are so
All right.
close.
And the best soundtrack you could possibly ask for in the background here.
Absolutely. Oh, we're so close.
Okay, just a little bit. And we.
Oh my gosh, there's that bright diamond ring. All right. Oh, wow, look at that. I can see the.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I can actually visualize the corona. I've always wanted to see that.
Wow. Look at that. Fantastic.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely
An incredible
amazing.
sight.
And dark.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at how dark it is. Oh my gosh.
And you can really see those streamers coming out right now. I'm seeing some bright lights around where we're seeing cratering, and I can see those streamers coming out of the corona.
And are those Bailey's beads? Are we seeing any Bailey's beads?
We were seeing some Bailey's beads. They're transitioning out a little bit, but yes, those bright light where the sunlight is shining through craters on the moon, mountains and craters. And look at those streamers of the corona. It is putting on a show.
Moly.
And it is dark.
Holy moly.
It is dark.
I got to take a peek at the crowd right now.
Oh, look at the crowd.
Oh
The
my
crowd is
gosh.
absolutely
Oh my gosh.
going wild. Everyone's got their phone out. It is now safe to look at the eclipse without your glasses.
Wow.
What an amazing sight. Folks, we've got 4 minutes here, a little under 4 minutes.
To see it.
Totality.
Wow.
This is a bucket list moment for me.
This is incredible. Really a once in a lifetime, unless you're an eclipse chaser, which I'm considering it.
I might become one after this.
I quit my job.
Wow,
Oh my
fantastic.
gosh.
Oh
We
my
spent
gosh.
so long trying to see that corona, and to see it with my eyes.
Yes.
Your own eyes. Wow, just gorgeous.
I'm just in awe of
Yes.
being this person on this rock moving around the sun.
Yes.
I can't even believe it right now.
Yeah, and to share this moment together with 50, 60,000 people all looking up at the moon and the sun all at once. It's just an incredible experience for all the folks here in Indy and for all the folks watching. I hope you can take, the amazing energy.
You hear that? Look at this and everybody.
Oh, there we
my
go,
goodness.
the crowds.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so I think we're seeing. Yep, those beautiful
The
prominences.
corona is just putting on such a show right now. It's got my
Yes.
full attention.
Wow.
That's all I can watch.
Holy cow. We've got some very
beautiful.
appropriate music going on in the background
Yes. This is the best version of getting mooned that I have ever experienced in my life.
Don't strain your eyes.
here. Wow.
I am just in awe. There just aren't the right words to describe this.
I'm just noticing it feels so strange to me right now. I
Yes.
feel the hair on my arm
Wow.
standing up. I feel like it's nighttime and what
It
am I
is.
doing? And it was daytime.
And actually, folks, we're starting to get some nighttime insects coming out.
Yes, we're starting to see bugs.
Yeah, we are seeing bugs
Yes.
in light. It's hard to hear them over the crowd,
The crowd.
but I can definitely incredible time of solar max. We're getting ready to.
the
I'm seeing a diamond ring right
and
now.
The
I'm
diamond
seeing a
ring.
diamond ring.
Take a look. Take a look. Put your glasses back on. Be safe. That is the diamond ring, folks. Wow, spectacular. Oh my gosh. You can even hear fireworks in the distance.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And the light is already starting to
wow.
change.
It really is.
You can.
Wow.
And the
Yeah.
crowds
Getting
are
quite a show.
loving
And I can
it.
hear the crowd just
Oh
loving
my
every second of
gosh.
it.
Oh, what a moment. I love those fireworks.
That was amazing.
Indianapolis is really pulling out all of the stops, and we love them for it. I also want to take a moment here to thank our 2 telescope operators, John and Dana, who have been providing these telescope views for us there from Ball State University. Thank you very much to John and Dana. All right.
It's like somebody flipped the lights back on.
It's
like a
all of
sudden switch flip.
This is so crazy.
And I can feel it warming up already.
Yes.
Wow.
This is so amazing.
Incredible. Well, this is an incredible moment and an incredible moment for the Helio Big Year. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. This has been fantastic.
Thank you for having me and sharing
I'm
this.
so
amazing-
excited to be
yes.
here and to see this incredible sight.
Absolutely. Megan and Sarah, back to you.
Oh, that was so fun to experience, and I can't wait for us to do it now. Take a look at this drone shot where you can We are less than 3 minutes away, 2 minutes and 18 seconds away from totality here in Cleveland, Ohio. The crowd over here to our right going crazy, feeling the excitement. I'm ready for this. How are you?
Yeah, it's
for their opportunity to see today's solar eclipse. This is us back here in Cleveland. Everybody looking up at the sky. We have 30 seconds. 30 seconds until totality here in Cleveland, Ohio. Oh my God! I have. This is so cool to see. It's getting so dark so fast.
Wow, it's like night just descended on us.
And look at the crescent slowly disappearing. Crowds cheering. Here, cell phones up, cameras up. 5.
A bit more extra time.
Look at the prominence. You can see it on the bottom. On the bottom there,
so pretty.
Wow,
It's
noticeably
10
colder.
degrees. It's like, yes.
Yes. Looking around to the crowd, a lot of people videotaping it, trying to take photos.
It's the lovely backdrop of the Cleveland skyline. Great to like sort of join humanity to all come together at once and experience this together with such a great
Oh,
group
look at
of
the screen
folks.
right now. Here's a shot of the skyline. Wow.
Try to see this eclipse. We've seen glimpses.
We have seen glimpses, so we're basically spending our time staring at the sky, hoping for a little bit of a glimpse of what would be a totality. So right now, the sky has just completely gone dark. You see all the lights, basically, everybody's cameras and everything else are all making it lighter. And it's gotten significantly colder as well, just over the last several minutes.
And it's like, it's fascinating to see it go night like this. We've been listening to everybody across the country and it's so cloudy that our telescope operator just who's working very hard to try to get a lock on it, has not been able to get to just a little bit.
Yeah, and the clouds have really only cleared out enough occasionally to even need eclipse glasses. So for the most part, you have a thick enough layer of clouds that you can see the eclipse without them, and it's just fine. So a lot of us have been able to just take regular pictures with our cameras.
Let's take a look and just kind of enjoy the moment of darkness that we're in now. People have come from all over the world to be here.
You can see some. It looks like it's a little bit lighter up there. Our spotlights are blinding these guys. Can we turn the spotlights down? So there, look, you got a little bit of eclipse right there with people watching. So we're just catching little glimpses of things as we look up into the sky. So this might not be as exciting as some, but this is what we get. We're just hoping to have a little bit of a glimpse.
Well, we've got 3 minutes and 29 seconds for it to happen. We're already a minute or so in.
Right.
We heard there's going to be skydivers that are going to jump out. Probably hard to see them.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll get to see the skydivers. You can't see any of Niagara Falls really. It's basically all like as if it was night for us here. You can start to see some of the light come in from the other side.
So we're taking now a view of Tupper Lake, New York. That's
Oh, look, there he goes.
Hey,
There he goes.
got a
Totality
shot.
right there.
We got a shot
We're getting
of that
totality
audio.
right now that we can
There
see.
it is.
We just got a really
There
nice,
it
clear
is.
spot right there. So,
Wow.
peek out just around right there. Yep.
Well, totality is complete.
Yeah. Well, that was a fun experience to watch and hope for, like just everybody else around here, hoping for a view. And we got it.
That was a unique experience. Bring the lights up. And suddenly night is turning into light and day.
Yeah, we're getting some light again. Oh, although that's a lot of light.
I was worried that on Artemis 2, of course, the mission. We'll talk a little bit about that.
I'm going to be looking over your shoulder here, Daryl.
Hey,
Cool
make sure you put on your glasses.
Well, we're still pretty safe. We got a lot of cloud cover, but
That's true.
That was actually, I think, exceeded expectations.
Well, I mean, when your expectations start off with just clouds everywhere.
Yeah.
And I didn't think we were going to get anything. How did you feel when it finally poked through?
I felt like success because we all really wanted to see it in totality, and we might have only saw it for 5 seconds, but we did get to see it, and we could see the corona, and that was just very special for me. So I really like that. And then when it passed totality, it was like this amazing. Hopefully the camera captured it, but just like that amazing sunrise just coming across the clouds. Actually, the clouds kind of made a nice backdrop for it, so that was pretty special.
That was very unique, very special.
A human in a deep space, and it's got nothing to do with me. It has to do with the genius that the world is sharing. I just love that.
That's amazing. Want to mention real quick, we are in full in September of next year. So good luck. Be safe.
When you're on camera, because you were busy, but the birds, they just went nuts in totality. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
They're all up here. They came out of the woodwork. I mean, there's been birds all day, but it was sort of like birds filling the sky. I thought that was really neat to see. Anyway, thanks for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for very much. Definitely. We're going to throw it now to Kennedy Space Center, where James Traley is tracking totality at Tupper Lake. James?
That's right, Daryl. Yeah, we are still in totality in Tupper Lake. We are nearing the end of our eclipse across North America. You can see our last target of the day, Holton, Maine, is all the way up here, almost off your screen. This speed of the eclipse shadow is moving so quickly across. The ground speed is about 2. Now that diamond ring effect, 5 local time. Really excited to see that view. You see that shadow creeping so quickly up to them up there. So let's check in with Angelique.
We are just a few minutes away from totality. You can hear people announcing it in the back, and people are getting excited, as am I. And here to share in all of that excitement with us is actually Dr. Eric Smith, the program scientist for the James Webb Space Telescope. Questions for you. Another thing that I was wondering about is how we can use actually eclipses to study exoplanets, which are planets outside of our solar system, using, I think, the transit method. Is that what that's called?
Yeah. Right now, during an eclipse, the moon...
Sorry, you can hear everybody getting excited. We're getting very close to totality here.
The moon is transiting in front of the sun, just the way planets that orbit around other stars transit in front of the star.
Okay. Very cool. So throughout the broadcast, we've actually been able to see the eclipse through different telescope feeds. Can you tell me a little bit about what the difference is between, actually, we're going to go ahead.
Oh, here we go.
We're getting really close glasses. We are in totality now.
Oh, you can see the coronal spikes. Amazing.
That
It's
is
beautiful.
incredible.
You can see a planet in the sky that you couldn't see before.
Oh, wow. And I think, is that one of the, oh gosh, the
there's some drone. There's a drone up there in the sky, too. The horizon,
Oh,
too.
my goodness.
Yeah.
I am seeing a bit of that 360-degree sunset.
Yes, yeah.
That is really cool.
It's amazing. Even though we're corona, it's still pretty bright.
It is incredibly bright.
You could read by the light of the corona.
I think I would have some trouble reading, but
how much brighter it's gotten.
It is
all of a
already
sudden.
so much brighter. That is so wild. That was probably one of the most amazing, but also fastest 3 minutes of my life.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it all again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was
amazing job covering the eclipse. It was amazing. Well orchestrated.
Above and beyond.
Yeah.
And I want to say, of course, a special thank you to photographer Dave Bowman, who has been giving us these incredible images from the telescope feed. And we're going to enjoy as the rest of the eclipse kind of ends here, going back in the direction that it came. And with that, we're going to send it back over to you, Megan.
Alrighty. Thanks, Angelique. So, Gina, I mean, what do you think? Like, we literally have just watched the eclipse travel, about 2,600 miles?
It's going across
Mexico to Maine.
Yes.
In about 88 minutes?
That's right. It's
so
like
fast.
that 1,900 miles per hour that the shadow's traveling.
I mean, did you have a favorite location?
For me, I think between Russellville and Dallas, just getting to hear some of my colleagues and their excitement too was amazing.
Oh my goodness, yeah no. So, I don't know, I have to be a little bit biased. We did have some cloud cover here.
We did.
But to see it with your real eyes was just...
And we had that moment, which was...
We did, yes. It was amazing. And so it's really cool, too, just to think about how millions of us now have this shared moment of what could be a once-in-a-lifetime event.
It's true.
And so, folks, we have time for some more questions from our viewers. And again, we have another great question from Mackenzie, who's in the 3rd grade.
Okay.
Let's roll it now.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie. I am in 3rd grade. My question is, what is the difference between a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse?
Thank you for that question, Mackenzie. Okay, let's talk about the difference between the eclipses. Now, the solar eclipse that we had today is when the moon crosses between the Earth and the sun. But we also get lunar eclipses, and a lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth crosses between the moon and the sun. So it's really about where the shadow's going. Today, we have the moon shadow projecting on the Earth. During a lunar eclipse, we have the Earth shadow projecting onto the moon. So that's the main difference there.
That we just saw, too, those incredible views from space,
That's
you
right,
know,
from
to see that second perspective view. And so I've got another question for you right now. It's going to be Eli on Reddit, who wants to know, there are quite a few solar eclipses in the world every few years, so why is this one scientifically interesting?
Okay, so yeah, we do get solar eclipses and lunar eclipses maybe 2 to 3 times a year. However, the total eclipse that happens today, total eclipses are about every 1.5 years, and that is a rare opportunity for us to look at the corona, study the corona in a way that we can't do during the other types of solar eclipses that we have. So
and during a solar maximum.
Exactly, during the solar maximum. So for this one particular, you know, we were talking about the solar activity that we were seeing on the limbs during the totality. Yeah, there's just a bunch going on today for this eclipse.
And so too, right now, we've got another incredible view.
Oh, look at that.
These are live views from space, which is just mind-blowing in general. And now we're also to see the moon shadow across the Earth. It is just amazing. So, you know, Gina, too, thinking about how many people across North America today witnessed this one moment, it's a good reminder that humanity has been experiencing.
Hi, and welcome back to Dallas, Texas. I'm with Dr. David Begay. He's an indigenous astronomer and also a member of the Navajo Nation. David, thank you so much for joining us. So when people think about science, they might be thinking of Western science. So, David, how does that relate to indigenous science, and what did the total eclipse mean to the Navajo people?
I think the knowledge on the eclipse goes way back. From time immemorial, I'm told by my elders. And they knew that when you look at the sun directly, you can damage your eyes permanently. And so they knew that about the danger of looking at the eclipse with the naked eye. So people were encouraged to go inside to ensure that people weren't looking up especially the kids. So it goes way back. And as far as eclipses, it's a time of renewal, the sun alignment with the moon and also the earth alignment. The whole cosmic cycle goes through a regeneration process. It revitalizes the process. And so it's a gift that goes on for many years, over and over. It's a cycle. And as far as science goes, there's different definition of science.
Thank you for the Arboretum for hosting us for this very, very magical moment. This has been an experience of a lifetime and one that I definitely won't forget. So let's head back to Tahira and Gina in Kerrville, Texas.
Thanks, Joy. We're joined now by Jamie.
Going from daylight to sunset into darkness, it happens so quickly that we can make these measurements one right after the next to really understand very precisely what's going on in the atmosphere. With sounding rockets, we can do that so quick back to back, the way we can't do with some of the really large rockets.
Okay, so Jamie, how high did the rockets actually go, and what's special?
We take care of the.
And it looks like we've got a playback of that right now. Oh wow!
Perfect.
Can you walk us through this?
Sure. So from Wallops Island out in Virginia on the Virginia Space Coast. So these rockets have multiple stages to them. So you're seeing one stage burn for a few seconds, then that drops off, and then the next stage will light to eventually take it all the way up to about that 250-mile mark.
Okay, and so what is that area of the atmosphere, and why do we care about it?
Yes, it's the upper part of our atmosphere. It's called the ionosphere. That's really from a perspective of heliophysics.
Eclipse. So if you're in that partial eclipse area, be sure to have your eclipse glasses at the ready so you can take in that fleeting moment. We just went outside a few moments ago here at Kennedy Space Center to take it in. It's fantastic, beautiful view. It's really cool to see. You got like a little chunk out of the sun there for us here, only about 50% coverage, but still fantastic to see. So really, it's been phenomenal. We've lucked out in general with the weather all of today too. That was the biggest concern I had going into the day here. It's been beautiful views up and down here, and so really fantastic to see this. Really been a lot of fun tracking this with our Eclipse Explorer. A big thanks again to our scientific visualization studio for putting this tool together. But for now, back to you, Tahira.
And here with us now is NASA Chief Scientist, Dr. Kate Calvin. Kate, welcome.
Hi, Kate. Hi, nice to be here.
So happy to have you back here again. I know we had the pleasure of sharing the stage together for the annular eclipse.
Right.
Now, with today's total solar eclipse, can you tell our viewers what would you say is the #1 takeaway from today's events?
I would say the #1 takeaway is that our universe is beautiful and understandable. We all got to experience this together today. We could predict when it would happen, and we did a lot of science today.
That's great. So speaking of the science that was conducted, how does that fold into kind of the greater science that we're doing with NASA in the future?
Yeah, so we did a lot of science today, and a lot of it really complements science that we do all of the time. So one of the things we were really looking at today was the corona. The moon blocked out the sun so that we could see that part of the sun's atmosphere. But we also have a mission called Parker Solar Probe that's orbiting closer and closer to the sun so that we can study the corona with that. We were also looking a lot at how the eclipse affected Earth. So we had a citizen science project that looked at how the eclipse changed temperatures and clouds. We have a mission that launched 2 months ago that's studying clouds all the time, a mission called PACE.
Awesome.
It'll tell us more about oceans and atmosphere on here on Earth. And one of the other things we do is we develop instruments called a coronagraph. So the moon blocked out the sun today so that we could see that corona, but we can make an instrument that does that. And so we have an upcoming mission called Nancy Grace Roman that's going to block out the light of other stars so we can see what's flying in here around them.
Amazing.
So much going on for the sun at NASA, honestly.
Right.
And I understand that the Heliophysics Division has a big sun celebration going on right now, the Heliophysics Big Year. Kate, could you tell us how we could get involved in this and really just celebrate our star?
Yeah, this total solar eclipse was just one event in a series of this Heliophysics Big Year, working towards Parker Solar Probe's closest approach to the sun. And we have a lot of activities where you can engage in our science and learn more about the sun. And if you want to know more, you can find us on social media at NASA Sun.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much, Kate, for being here with us. It was really special to share this moment with you.
Thanks, Kate.
It's nice to be here.
And Gina, This has been an honor. I mean, my goodness.
It
like,
has been.
to have the annular eclipse with you, then to share this total solar eclipse with you.
I know.
Thank you so much. And do you have any final thoughts?
You know, this was amazing. Annular was great, but to hear the energy here.
The total was
so
just
great
a whole
to be with
nother level.
both of you, you know.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I also want to thank our telescope operator Catherine Droach, for those great views of totality here in Kerrville. Folks, that is a wrap from Kerrville, Texas. Back to you in Cleveland.
Thank you to Hira and Gina, and also Kate Calvin. And now check out who we have here at the host desk, the pastronaut himself, Josh Dobbs, who just signed on as quarterback for the 49ers. How do you feel about that?
I feel good. It's exciting times. Obviously, I spent a couple years here in Cleveland. Got a chance to have some fun over at NASA Glenn during my time here. So it's cool to be back and taking the Eclipse Fest here in Cleveland. But looking forward to the future in San Francisco. I know NASA's doing some great work out there on the West Coast, so we'll be able to stay tuned to that as well.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, the pastronaut nickname comes from some incredible plays you had last year, and also you have a background here with us at NASA with some externships, but also you're an aerospace engineer. So how did it feel being back here specifically in Cleveland to watch the total solar eclipse?
It felt really good. You know, when this event was put on my radar about a year ago in last off season, they're like, hey, like the eclipse is coming straight through Cleveland. We'd love to have you here. It's going to be a once in a lifetime event to be able to experience it, especially right here on the beautiful Great Lakes, and obviously have some great weather today. So I marked on my calendar a year ago, and to make it back here and take it in, you know, and get a chance to hang out with the city I spent 2 years in, it's been great. I think like the biggest thing that I've enjoyed is just seeing the interest from the city of Cleveland and how many people traveled here to take in the event today, and to be able to then also go learn about the future of NASA and the future of space exploration as well at the same time. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take it in, and it's been an honor to be here.
So, you know, Josh, NASA is really committed to inspiring the next generation through discovery. Do you think maybe we created a few new future scientists and engineers here today?
I think so. There's a wealth of youth walking around here and taking in not only obviously the blow-ups and the displays outside, but also the Great Lakes Science Center inside, and just seeing the history. So that's just like NASA, that's been my approach. You know, I think the youth obviously is the next generation. They're going to have a tremendous impact on the world, and being able to inspire the youth out here and the youth across the country that if you have interest in STEM and also are really good at sports, you don't have to split your eggs into. You don't have to split up your eggs, right? Like you can go out, put all your eggs in both baskets, and work hard to achieve those goals and dreams.
Now, Josh, we have time for one other question. It's the most important question we're going to ask you.
Okay.
On the eclipse, all about the sun's.
Well, just like this eclipse, it's the celestial of eclipses where the Earth will eclipse the sun.
Wow.
So it's something to think about. But we're really interested in the lighting in the South Pole. Our Artemis 3 mission will land astronauts at the South Pole. And there, because the moon has almost no axial tilt, the sun is always right along the horizon.
Wow.
And so high peaks have sunlight more than normal amounts of time, and low depressions have almost no sunlight or never see the sun. And so we think there might actually be water trapped there.
Incredible. So one thing that we've talked a little bit about on the broadcast is space weather. And space weather is really important to understand, especially when it comes to the safety of our astronauts. Can you describe how the instruments Ursa and Hermes are actually helping keep our astronauts safe?
Yeah, Ursa and Hermes are payloads, science instruments that we'll have on our Gateway. Gateway is going to be a station, a research station that orbits the moon, and astronauts can stop there on their way to the surface of the moon. And these payloads, or these science instruments, will be there to basically detect what the solar weather is like, what we call space weather. So that radiation that our astronauts will live in when they're actually there. So understanding your weather is the best way to be prepared for it.
Absolutely. Well, you've given us a lot to be excited about. Jake, thank you for being here on this incredible day.
I would not have missed it.
Well, folks, that is all we have from Indianapolis. Thank you for joining us. It has been a wild ride, pun absolutely intended, and we've had an amazing time. So from all of us here, back to you guys.
The only NASA center in the Midwest, the only one in today's path of totality. Literally everything aligned for us to get a great show here.
Absolutely, and it has been such a great show here. You could not have asked for better weather, and it's springtime in the Midwest. That's always a little bit of a debate, but you could not have asked for better weather. What a great outing. We're here with our partners at the Great Lakes Science Center, and which hosts our visitor center, so where the people are. And just a great opportunity to have everybody here and connect them with what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hosted this wonderful 3-day event here.
Opportunity, but to have a total solar eclipse pass over a NASA community like Cleveland, that's even more rare. But what it does is it creates such a great opportunity to connect people with what we do. Everybody is here paying attention to our planet, paying attention to the moon and the sun and how all of these things work, our solar system and our universe. And that just gives us a great opportunity to say, this is what we...
Nothing flies without Glenn. That's what you love to say, Jimmy.
That's right.
So can you explain the center's critical role within NASA?
At NASA, Glenn, we work on aircraft propulsion, spacecraft propulsion, power for both aircraft and spacecraft, communications. We also work on materials and testing in extreme environments, but our core competencies of power, propulsion, communications. No aircraft and no spacecraft flies without those three things, and they never will. And so NASA Glenn is literally part of virtually every NASA mission.
Well, Jimmy, thank you so much. I really appreciate you here and again hosting us. This was a wonderful event. I know so many people joined us here and really enjoyed it because we were watching, we were looking out at the crowd, lots of smiles. So really, thank you so much, you and the Great Lakes Science Center.
And thank you for being here and being part of this with us and really putting NASA and NASA Glenn on the map here for us.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thanks so much. Have a great day. All right. And a big thank you to our whole team positioned across the path from our correspondent and Sarah as we're taking again this aerial shot of the Great Lakes Science Center. So beautiful. Such a wonderful way to experience my first total solar eclipse, and I hope you had a good time too, because I know this race across Mexico to Maine in only an hour and 28 minutes, and again we have so much more to look forward to, so we hope you
We are one of 100 billion stars in a vast galaxy, but for all of human culture on Earth, one sun that nourishes us all.
That is what stirs humankind. That's what unites. Us.
Experience the wonder, the beauty, and the power of our star.
One sun across space, time, and culture.
Let us continue the quest to unfold this universe, and let us continue to find unity in our discovery.